wasn't quite ready on this one. But olugbodiarts.com, OLUGBODI arts.com. I had gotten that wrong on the last one, so I wanted to make sure that I got it right because it's a fairly new website. So anyway, on this next project, this is for my middle child. I call him Mr. Spoiled, but in a good way. He's my oldest son, but the middle child, of course, that makes my eldest my daughter, who gets any and everything she wants, of course. But anyway, and we did a video of my youngest child. Well, this child, he's a follower of a musician, singer, rapper, poet, new age, pop star, whatever you want to call him. And I don't like to say fan because fans tend to lose their breath, get bewildered, and go crazy when they see someone of the flesh like them. Someone, and I'm going to just say it like this, someone that sits on a toilet just like them. But my son is a follower of this gentleman. I don't know him, so I will call him a gentleman. Intrigued of his songs myself when it first came out. He's the follower of Drake. So I'm not going to get into this old Drake and Kendrick thing. It's just artists. They can go back and forth. Drake can get on Kendrick about wearing a crown of thorns on his head, and Kendrick can just destroy him with some deep poetry. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, I don't like to make these videos long because I want you to just to get into it and see, So he wants a picture of the, what is it called? What's the C in it? Certified Lover Boy album. He wants me to incorporate some of these albums of his that he likes and loves and cherishes. It's this new generation thing, so it is what it is. That's what he wants. That's what he gets. To add, even though there are some symbolisms that I may not agree with, there are some things that clients and others may request that I may not agree with. Just like tattoo artists, they may tattoo something that's against their religious beliefs or spiritual systems of faith and whatnot. But it is what it is. That's on them, between them and the Lord. I try to raise mine to the best of their ability. That's why I tell my kids to be supporters and maybe followers rather than fans, because that's like, it leans into worship, and the only one that's worthy of that is, Yeshua Mashiach, Jesus Christ. You better know that. But yeah, no one is him. He didn't please himself, so he didn't have all these baby mamas and married to this and that and this, and enjoying himself, with personal things that leads us into sin. But anyway, let me stop right there. I'm spiritual, so and I try to encourage others that are around me to maintain, sustain, be that grain, that wheat, that sheep, not the goat, not the weed. Yeah. Anyway, let's get to it. What I will do is the album that he wants, like the main album, he wants them all, but it's the main one that he wants. So I'm gonna put that one in the center. On the surrounding parts of it, I will have other albums, but the main album he wants will be on top of those albums. And I'm just going to play with it. I would say that's just, royal slang. Let me say, the lack of a better word. But anyway, and he wants me to put my twist to it because I told him, doing art is, yeah, it's it is what it is. But I rather create something that's not there. Uh, art, it's so vast. You can create, you can mimic, copy, you can transliterate, you can manipulate your own world. You can put your energy, soul, and spirit into it. So, man, it's a beautiful thing. So, with that said, um, we are going to get this done. I'm going to tweak it a little bit so the viewers can see something different and not just a copy of something. Put in my little, you know, finesse to it. So let's get to it because I will keep on talking. You all right, my people. Second phase. I didn't want to have to record doing this sketch of it because I didn't want to take too much time in this video. Plus, this is the second take. I was kind of stumbling around, but it is what it is. We are who we are. Perfection living in imperfection to make it back. All right. I tried to apply Drake's older albums of him having the blue sky background with the white clouds. I think it's pretty neat. I don't know the new age generation words, the new slang that they have, and I probably can't even say slang. But anyway, that's the background. Certified Lover Boy. It has all these old symbols, and I try to get my young generation up on game. But it's a part of Drake's history, of him and the region in which he's from in Canada. So it has a lot of history for him. Drake, golly, it's so many sixes in there, and a couple of eights, backwards nines. But anyway, there's nothing wrong with the symbol, the number. It's the power in which you put in that symbol, rather positive or negative. It tells a story. It's like a subject needed to be placed. What am I talking about? It is something that's needed, regardless of the fact. Each number, each letter, symbols. Anyway, so you have the red rose, usually on his, I guess, logo. They have the rose on the letter B. But I didn't want to get sued. But art is art, creation. It's difficult, to end up in a lawsuit unless you're really, doing wrong in it, stealing, what do they call it? Plagiarizing. I can go tell you about an old story of that happened back in the day to famous artists. I was about to say famous artists, but there were more artists that people plagiarized. But so to shorten this tangent, I didn't need to sketch out the faces. I'm just gonna go ahead and paint those in, and having unique features, unique, I don't know, unique braces. I didn't want to have to say that because that's another term for that. But yeah, diversity. Let me just say that and leave it at that. So, and I had to line everything up So to make everything kind of in proportion, I just had to measure everything, and I had to put dots to place the subject in the proper place. It looks kind of strange. I don't know if you can see it in the camera, because I centered uh, within that point. I centered the bosom of these females to get it again in proportion. That's all that is. So, and he doesn't know I sketched Drake in there. Uh, I did deter from the first idea. I am an artist, so this here and this here is just, it's bliss, but it can be crazy. So, oh, and to touch, I forget what I just said, to touch on getting his face down. I did use a grid format, the doodle grid. I didn't want to waste time using tape and this and that. And I wanted to show you an example of a grid format, but I know that's gonna be too much. So, and I also want to touch on one more thing before I start painting. For the artists, we are feasting. Yeah, we are feasting artists. We are fed. We're not, say, starving artists. There's power in the tongue. Remember that. But this is just a tip. Patterns. Just go ahead and tell the client about the costs up front, and including patterns. Asking them if their portrait, the attire that they wear, will have a lot of patterns in it, because that does take time. You have to get intricate, and I've used this dirty looking shirt to use as an example. From here it looks like dots, artists could boop, boop, boop. But these are palm trees. So if your client wants their favorite shirt and it has all these rhinos and hippos and giraffes and little tiny birds and ants, that's gonna take some time. So let them know up front the cost, because that takes labor and that takes material, extra material, and I don't care if that's acrylics or oil. So, but just something to let you know for those who are kind of fresh in this thing. We are feasting artists. We are fed artists. And oh man, the opportunity is there. It's always been there. Art is ancient. You can find it on in the cave, on the walls within the caves, excuse me. The temples, ancient temples, pyramids, step pyramids, Kemet pyramids, from east to west. Art. Like I said before, symbols, a form of art. Numbers, communication. So, of course, common sense can take us on this journey of art that is never ending. One being us, by the power of God, creating us so beautifully. We are His art, His masterpiece, that He sees a snap picture of everything already. We are just His beautiful masterpieces within the great masterpiece. Let me leave it at this, because I feel like I want to say more. Boy, when that spirit is on you, boy, you just want to go. Alright, Divine Family, we finally got it done. I didn't want to take too long with recording this video, so I cut a few things short. But like I say, always, my clients get what they want. I can't really judge them for what they want. I probably can point some things out. For instance, for those who may want to get a tattoo, just to use that as an example, you may bring your drawing that you want to be tattooed on you. The tattoo artist may go over it with you and may catch something. It's one time to where a misspelling, which one time, I know that happens a lot, but the artist caught a misspelling. And here it is. If he didn't catch it, this person will be living with that tattoo for a while until they get it covered or removed some way, somehow. I guess with laser technology. Well, anyway, again, don't want to take this too long. This is for my middle child, my eldest son, Sean Ivy Jr., aka J Money. The reason why I nicknamed him J Money is because he attracts money. This guy, middle school from elementary to junior high, let me say. This guy used to take extra snacks to school. He'll be like, Dad, I get hungry in between classes, so I think I'm gonna take a few snacks. All right. He'll go to school before the week is over with. Yeah, he has a wad of cash. It's like, man, where you get this from, man? He's like, yeah, Dad, I got me a little side hustle at the school, just selling chips. He's like, where you get chips, man? 1 + 1 = 2. Figured it out. He even sold snacks that were already open, used, but just such a good salesman. Make you pay more than what you need to, put it like that. And he used to even sell stickers, made up stickers, not even stickers, just cut up little pieces of paper with big old faces with tiny eyes and mouth. And imagine this the face, and you got little 2 dots as the eyes, and a little small dot as the mouth, with a gigantic face. And the reason why I bring that up because it's funny, because it went viral for a little time. It went viral before the word viral was viral. So he's able to sell anything to you, the ground that you step on, But here I am, from time to time, have a solid product to give you, more than perfect, put it like that. And here I am, convincing you, trying to purchase it. Sometimes it's a struggle, but you give it to my son, it's sold. Anyway, so he gets what he wants. All my kids get what they want. And just to speak on this, I know this is a new generation, and you have the old heads in each generation speaking wisdom to you. What I've caught with this, and I'm praying for this generation. I don't know if this was done consciously or subconsciously, if it had any subconscious, I would guess to say any subconscious manipulation to it. And so be it. But what I am trying to say is, you got all these symbols, right? Fine and dandy. That's what he chose, like I spoke about before this video. But I was looking at this while I was doing it, was looking at the colors and the numbers of the emojis. I said, man, that looks familiar. I got to thinking, and this before I had all the faces on there. I'm like, man, this look like the ancient ephod, E-P-H-O-D. I'm like, man, don't tell me. But you know, sometimes you can think too hard or whatnot. So I'm not gonna put that thought, that rebuke, what I want to say. I don't want to make something out of nothing in that context, which my specialty is making something out of nothing. So I don't want to put my beliefs on to anyone's toes when it weighs the weight of a ship. You know, your foot will surely be crushed. So I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to be preachy. I'm just trying to help and pray and keep my young generation their head up. You know, their senses sharp. So I'm gonna pray on this generation that comes up with these things. It looks like the ephod. If it is, yeah, it's blasphemous. But we're not gonna say that. These are young kids putting things together within the ephod. I'm pretty sure you won't find the exact colors, and then within the ephod, it may be shaped in a different way. Well, I'm saying ephod. I got an example. Hold on. There we go. This is an example. It's an example of what I made for an apron, attached to my apron to give it that unique style and feel to represent what I believe in, my history, my culture, my spiritual, divine beliefs. Anyway, yeah, I pray for whoever the graphic designer came up with this concept. I pray that, you know, everything is done when this album was created, was done in fun and intelligence and in a way to capture the eyes, and because of course, you know, this went through meetings and meetings to get approved to be called an album cover. So yeah, gotta pray for these people. Pray for us, pray for myself, pray for everything. Shoot. And that's another thing I wanted to say. But it's more to come, of course. It's more in store to show you on how to maintain and being a fed artist. So feast on what I will bring you on the next phase. You're gonna like it. It's gonna put some money in your pockets, some bread in your belly, baby. Thank you. Shout out to the new generation. Yahana Ohu Olugbodi loves you, wishes you well, wishes you peace, wishes you longevity, wisdom, and all that good stuff. Anyway, let's be done with this video. God. All right, Keithville, Texas. On the pastures of the properties of my stepdad and mom. Beautiful, beautiful view. Let me show you. I mean, it's like you're looking into the hills and mountains of indigenous lands.
It just reminds me of that when I look into the plains of America. I think of indigenous, you know, native. When I look at the trees, the animals or whatnot, just a beautiful thing. Us being that have a small percentage of Native American in me, just like a lot of us do. But I just wanted to make this video just to be making it. You know, I'm over here visiting my mother. I want to take some nature pictures. Like I said, art is art. You know, you find it in on rocks, ancient rocks that are carbon dated for back into before dinosaurs, it seemed like. Again, architecture blueprints, that's art, singing art. But yeah, art has been around a while, from clothing to design. God's art is the best. You can see nature, animals, what have you. Anyway, I just wanted to make this little short video since I'm out here. My purpose was to make a video, well not a video, just take pictures in regard to nature. Like I said, there's no such thing as a story these days. The world is our canvas, baby. There should be no limits. With that said, I'm looking at these beautiful cows and horses. Get them just chilling. They're just saying, man, I hope this dude shut up and feed us something. You know how cows close to them or crank up a hear them that they're about to get fed or whatnot. But, you know, living, baby, I love it.